Welcome back to Form of Therapy. I am the video channel producer. This is the Culture Study, and I'm your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Vibe 습관적 by One Team. I believe this is a debut music video. I am not familiar with them at all. I know this came out a few months ago. We're finally catching up on some of these videos I didn't check out at the time. So let's get into it. But before we do, I just want to point out, if you want to support us, if you want to check out videos like this a little bit early, consider visiting us at patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reaction videos just like this a few days early. Or at higher tiers, you also get live reactions to dance practices, live stages. We're going to be reacting to J-pop and variety shows. So go ahead and check that out. Once again, patreon.com/formatherapy, but that is completely voluntary. If you want to watch free content, just come back to this YouTube channel. So let's jump into this music video. This is your form of therapy. Sounds a bit soft. Okay. Wow. Very percussion heavy. Alright, I liked that quick one-shot camera work there. I like the nice use of the hair lights. Really accentuates the video. Life is 50-50, yeah. 어떻게 될지 모른 거야, 땀에 흠뻑 젖어 노래해. And I got party people up all night like ooh. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty, move your body. 바람 보면 slow, 지루해. 내일로 쭉 내려놔도 그렇게 Pretty much, yeah. Pretty, move your body. 미치듯이 막 jump. Lady, why I look so mad? I don't want you to be sad. I don't care about tomorrow. 우리 사랑 불장난보다 뜨겁게. 시시한 걱정은 던지고 겁없이 vibe 살리고 지금의 충실에 목적시고 우린 갈 길이 멀어서 말리고. Life is 50-50, yeah. 어떻게 될지 모르는 거야, 땀에 흠뻑 젖어 노래해. And I got party people up all night like ooh. Interesting. Move your body. 바람만 보면 slow, 지루해. 내일로 쭉 내려놔도 그렇게 나도 알아 모든 게 너무 힘들 때 모든 걸 내는 느낌 뭐해 그대로 hop in my song is the beautiful life, yeah. That's why I want you, babe. Pretty much, yeah. Move your body. 바람만 보면 slow, 지루해. 내일로 쭉 내려놔도 그렇게 Pretty much, yeah. Move your body. 미치듯이 막 jump. Okay, so the song is pretty interesting. It's very lighthearted, but it's not exactly a soft, sugary bubblegum pop song. I feel like with the visual of the music video, it could possibly be mistaken that way if you kind of just watch it passively once. But if you actually look into it, there's a lot of percussion going on. It feels like it's more inclined towards hip-hop than anything. It feels less pop and more hip hop, but it definitely feels a lot more low key compared to most hip hop songs. It definitely feels something that's a little bit more underground. It's like if a bunch of underground rappers made an idol group, is kind of the vibe I'm getting. And it certainly is a vibe. I agree. It's very aptly named. It has an almost dreamlike quality to the song. It's a little bit playful. Kind of reminds me of Trey's stuff. I know people wanted me to react to Trey, and I actually did react to Trey, but the video was all messed up, so we couldn't put it out. But I did put out Trey. I even checked out their pre-debut stuff like Nike, and there is like a small momentum of new quote-unquote idol groups coming out that are leaning towards a more underground hip-hop producing style. Like the song production here, it's very, very much more complimentary towards its rappers. Like, I feel like this kind of stuff, it could be like the next big fad in K-pop, but I don't know. It depends, I guess. People are always drawn towards the more mainstream pop stuff because it's the more fun thing to scream in cars and play at parties. But, you know, when you can dance, and clearly One Team can dance, they've got the choreography, maybe not as complex as some other groups, but they still have the baseline choreo thing down, and you put out good music. You know, who's to say that this might not be the next step in like trendy K-pop music? You know, we go through trends. You know, we went through a big electronica phase, and then we went through like that chill EDM phase, and had obviously like the big Latin influence phase, the dance hall phase. You know, everything is in trends. So I'm seeing like a lot more stuff like Vibe come up, and I'm wondering if that's gonna catch on. But let's check out this video. I want to check out the video again because there are different parts where I want us to comment on it, but I didn't want it to distract me from listening to the song. So we're just gonna check this out again real quick. Okay, so I think this is the start of our one shot right here. So it starts here, then it pans this way into a one shot, and then it cuts here. One thing I appreciate about this music video is that it is not exactly inventive with its camera work, but it's still very progressive. It's not just the boring, like, typical stationary static shots, pans, zooms. They have a few interesting shots here and there. All right. So one thing about this music video that's very, very striking is that it's a very color heavy music video. Obviously, each member is assigned a color. We've got the red tone here, we've got the yellow tone here, then we've got the purple tone, and then we've got one teal and one blue. This is actually, you know, carried throughout the music video. The entire music video is honestly kind of like a visual attack in terms of color. I feel like there's so much color going on. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be a bad thing, but I think One Team pulls it off relatively well. One of the things that makes this not like a giant color mess is, first of all, their outfits are generally a pastel color. Besides the yellow pants here and the blue pants in the background, most of their outfits are a pastel color. And if you noticed in the backgrounds, those are more strong colors. They're not as pastel. The contrast is a lot heavier. And so even though they may be wearing like the similar color, even though it's like color on color and it's very, very messy, they still stand out because they are pastel, and then their background is actually a lot stronger than they are. Yeah, so I feel like one of the key points of their dance is that while they may not be doing like complex, you know, EXO NCT moves, one thing that's a highlight for them is that it looks like they're having fun with their dances. They just look like they're having fun. Alright, this camera work, I'm sure you guys have seen it in a lot of other music videos before as well. Alright, So those camera moves, it's all part of it should be part of a mechanism called a bolt camera arm, basically a mechanized camera arm where you can digitally input not coordinates per se, but you can digitally input the movements and preamp your shots. So once you just hit go, it will just move to this spot, this spot, this spot, and it seems robotic. It has an uncanny valley feature because it moves so smooth, because it's on a motor device, because it's mechanical. It's too smooth. Most people don't know this, but when you watch a movie, a lot of movies, they are either shot like handheld with like a handheld cameraman, or they are on even tripods or dollies. It's always moving, and there is some sense of like humanness to the motion. In fact, sometimes when you shoot footage and you shoot smooth footage, filmmakers will actually add digital shake because it is incomprehensible to the human mind to see too smooth footage. So in movies, if you see a smooth shot, it's usually sort of like a mesmerizing shot, or they want you to pay attention to the scene. Smooth camera work is like insanely smooth, like zero error smooth camera work is actually pretty rare. You know, even dolly shots, the way a dolly moves, it's on a track, you know, so it's a force that's moving against something. Even that has a sense of like a human nature to it because you have to pull the dolly or push the dolly. The Bolt action camera, or the arm, it is purely digital. It is a purely mechanized device. So the shots are too smooth, but it creates like this cool, neat effect that people are using a lot more in music videos. It was very popularized by Kendrick Lamar's Humble. Was it Humble? I think it's Humble. And you've seen it crop up in a few K-pop music videos here and there, and now One Team. So I'm actually very surprised because that is a very expensive piece of equipment. Boy, looking like Matilda. No, not Matilda, Madeline. You know that little French girl with the red hair and the yellow French hat? And here we go again with a very, very heavy saturation of color. In general, the music video's contrast is actually pretty low. So it definitely feeds more into the pastel color. It adds a sort of like, I feel like an innocence and a romance to the look of this. It adds to this song almost like adolescent nature of this song. But seriously, the color coordination and the set design here are really, really on point. So, as I was saying, this is a very, very impressive music video. It's hard to distinguish, you know, these days because so many K-pop music videos are overproduced. They look really nice. It's hard to tell what is a good music video and what is an okay music video and what kind of stands apart. And, you know, on paper, just looking at it, you might think, yeah, it's a cool video, you know, colorful and all that. But especially because the music video is very colorful, it is kind of impressive what this video has done. It's actually really, really hard to kind of differentiate and separate yourself from the pack. And they did it by going for like a sort of visual attack, even if the song was a little bit more simple. But when something is this complex and sort of visually messy, it's hard to control the chaos. So the props really has to go into their set designers, their color coordinators, even just like looking at that last piece, looking at the group and how they're dressed. You have one member, he's got the orange hair, he's got a yellow hat, you've got a yellow sweater, but then he has like a tan coat on top to sort of tone down the yellow. But then you've got another member wearing like very, very blue varsity jacket with yellow sunglasses, which kind of like links and complements his tone as well. So just in general, the coordination put into this music video, very well done. I feel like it was very well directed. It's a fun music video and it's good debut. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of the Culture Study. I hope you learned something today. Let me know what you thought about the debut and the music video and the song in the comments down below. And remember, if you would like to support us, consider visiting patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reactions just like this. And for higher tiers, we have live stages, dance practice reactions. We're going to be checking out TV shows. So go ahead and check that out over at Patreon. But that is completely optional. If you would like to support us for free, consider clicking like down below right there. Leave a comment. Let us know how you enjoyed the video. Go ahead and click subscribe if you're new. And whether you're a returning subscriber or a new one, hit the notification bell. Be notified when we upload a new video. And go ahead and check out our other videos over here.